Chapter 5 of Oliver Twist, after an uneasy night amongst the coffins, Oliver wakes to the sound of someone kicking the door. It turns out to be Noah Claypole, who also works for Mr. Sowerberry. They go to the kitchen, where Charlotte, the serving girl, gives Noah a nice little bit of bacon she has saved from Master's breakfast. And Oliver, some stale bits of bread. Noah becomes Oliver's bully. Several weeks later, Mr. Sowerberry decides that Oliver's expression of melancholy would make the boy an effective mute, a professional mourner, at children's funerals, and takes Oliver along to an adult's funeral to learn about the undertaker's profession. The deceased is a woman who starved to death. At the graveyard, when some boys goof off and jump over the coffin before the actual funeral, Mr. Bumble beats them. Oliver is not excited about the prospect of being an undertaker. In Chapter 6 of Oliver Twist, in a month, Oliver's probationary period is at an end, and the town is experiencing a nice sickly season, which means Sowerberry has a lot of work. Indeed, a measles epidemic breaks out. Oliver learns the trade quickly and is promoted to mute. Noah Claypole treats him badly, and Charlotte follows suit. Because Mr. Sowerberry likes Oliver, Mrs. Sowerberry, who disagrees with her husband on everything, does not. And Noah grows jealous of Oliver's advancement in the trade. One day, when Mr. Sowerberry is out, Noah taunts Oliver viciously about the younger boy's mother. Finally, the older boy says that it's best that she died when she did, or else she'd have been hard laboring in prison, or transported, or hung. Which is more likely than either, isn't it? Oliver snaps, and he knocks the larger boy down. Charlotte cries out, drawing Mrs. Sowerberry to the kitchen. The two women beat Oliver and lock him in the cellar, and send Noah to fetch Mr. Bumble. In Chapter 7 of Oliver Twist, Noah, crying crocodile tears to Mr. Bumble, tells the beetle an exaggerated, unrealistic version of events. Oliver has tried to murder him, Charlotte, and Mrs. Sowerberry, and has stated his desire to kill Mr. Sowerberry as well. Give me a break, not true at all. When he arrives at the undertaker's, Mr. Bumble shouts through the cellar door to Oliver, assuming that Oliver will be terrified by the sound of his voice. But Oliver isn't. The beetle explains that this insolence is caused by meat. They must have fed Oliver too much meat. After several more beatings, Oliver decides he's had enough, and he leaves, setting out for London. He passes the baby farm on his way, and in the garden spots one of the young boys, his old friend Dick, who hugs Oliver and says, "God bless you." It's the first time Oliver has ever been blessed, and he never forgets it. It's an important moment in Oliver's life.